Hi guys, it's me, Vacuum Smith here, and well, we're taking the top end off the blaster engine. It's a shame an open didn't. It's a shame a box didn't fit in there.
It will, it just don't fit well.
Oh, that one does. There's our Y-Scope piston, and it looks really good. I've treated this engine a lot better than I anticipated I did. This is what the inside of the cylinder bore looks like. How many hours you say I've put on this motor?
I don't know, a lot.
And this is what top of the piston looks like.
You got a feel right here around your exhaust port, you got just a little mark or two there.
I know there's side-to-side play. But last time we had this crank off, it had side-to-side play. Didn't have just the absolute faintest amount of up and down play.
So I got some play in it.
As you'd expect from the sound it was making, hitting the power band. But not much.
Very little.
Just a tiny chip of the JB weld is gone. So we do have rod bearing play. And there is no contact marks where the piston potentially could have hit the top of the head.
I don't see any contact marks on it.
It looks, well, I'm not gonna lie, it looks great. Look at that.
Cylinder looks good.
The only carbon on the whole engine is on top of the very piston.
The intake.
It's loose.
Size is good. You have
a little tiny bit of
right here around the skirt.
Deep-ish scoring.
But here in the compression end of it,
the compression part is smooth.
Smooth as glass.
It has got hot on the bottom, but what would you expect? Oh, I think we found our problem.
Yep.
Oh, sweet Bobby Labonte.
So, the pin itself feels fine.
I did not expect that. Okay, guys, so we have taken this motor engine apart as far as we can without the flywheel puller. So let me just start off with the basics. So this is our piston and cylinder. Okay, now the flash is on. The piston is in fantastic condition. And you guys see how I ride this. I go fast, not in the power band though, down the road, and I mix my fuel right there. We're just gonna call it 28 to 1. So, all you 40 to 1 guys take notes here. Anyhow, this is what in here looks like. It doesn't get cleaner than that. It doesn't. It just don't. That is in really good condition. So we do have a little bit of scoring right here, likely from the bad bearings. There's the reeds behind that. But where the scratches can't be, there is no scratches. That's the compression area. And we are still going to get rings, but the rings look good. Now, my piston has gotten hot. You can tell because all of the residue and varnish stuck to the bottom of it. Exactly. To be expected. And, well, the rest of it looks great. So, this is good. This is also good. And for a long time that I've been running my four-wheeler, I have had a feeling, ever since it's done the power band rattle, this has been the culprit. So we turn this over to the good side. If you see a wrist pin bearing like this for a Yamaha Blaster, just take my advice. Please stay away from it, unless you want this to happen to you. Which this is actually not an uncommon thing. Wrist pins do this all the time. Well, cheap ones, or ones that have been rode hard and put up wet do this. That's why you should always get a high quality wrist pin bearing. So with that in mind, how come did we run this piece of junk right here in my very high quality Yamaha Blaster engine with a Wiseco piston? Very simple. We bought a Wiseco wrist pin bearing, and thanks to shipping mishaps, which I just love shipping mishaps, that is not what showed up in the mail. And I actually have a picture of what actually showed up in the mail, and it was so big that in its packaging, the Yamaha Blaster wrist pin bearing would fit inside of the new wrist pin needle bearing. Yeah. Marshall, what the heck? I don't even know. So that is toast. Completely toast, and that actually hurt my finger when I did that. And here is the big thing. And this might be the only time on YouTube. I don't know. Let me just show you. So, this bearing has play. This bearing has play, and it does that. But I have rode this four-wheeler the whole time I've had it like that. So I don't know, it's fine. And based on the speed that is spinning when I turn this, it is in 6th gear. That's right, because we got the shift star out, so it has no feel. This is the balance shaft. You can tell because of the way that it spins. It's actually very hard to spin because it's so heavy. It has play. My crankshaft. Sounds like rocks in a tin can. And it is shot. There is up and down play. And there is lots of side to side. And it twists back and forth. And so, why are we looking at this very clean sink? Well, if you couldn't tell, well, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to wash this piston in hand soap. I do this a lot if you couldn't tell. Well, actually, you can't tell because I never show this. But we got carbon buildup on this piston, and we're going to get it off with a plastic brush. I have a wire brush, but you know, I do not understand why more people don't do this. This is what it looks like after I'm done with it. If you stand back and squint, it looks like a brand new Wiseco piston. Now, I told myself I wasn't going to use the wire brush, but I found out immediately that I needed to use the wire brush. And it didn't create too much damage to the top, not like it matters. It's going to cover up with carbon again, but it made me feel better making it clean. Now that's still stuck at the bottom. I don't think that's ever coming off. I mean, it's not even oily. But everything else looks absolutely fantastic. Bye guys, and see you next time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if it wasn't obvious already, which it should be really obvious, we're reusing this piston, like it or not.